Forward. All right, here we go. All right, so come to your nice comfortable seat. And always try to not get too comfortable as we go through the practice with your back leaning forward. You still want to try and keep your shoulders over your hips, and you can still do that with the small of your back over against the chair. So this week I've been thinking about something from yoga philosophy called Vairagya. And it means non-attachment. And I thought about that because you see all these articles about how things will never be the same again after this. And that's probably true on many levels. We rethink how we're going to do things. A lot of companies are allowing employees to work from home, so things change. But I think that the important part of the non-attachment is being willing to let go of things that no longer serve, not expecting the same outcome every time we move forward. So Vairagya is about that, about letting go of attachments. And I know I had to do that when I moved from New York to here. And it took a while, but by finally letting go, I found something better. And wow, how does that happen? And it does if you allow and understand that we can't go back and that things change constantly all the time. So with that in mind, let's come inside, bring your hands to your thighs, close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath. And take a deep breath. Every time you inhale, try to deepen your breath just a little bit more until you come to your fullest capacity. And when you exhale, slowly lengthen your exhale. The goal, it's called elongated breath, and the goal of that is to breathe out, to exhale twice as long or more, twice as long at least, as you inhale. And sometimes we put a count to the inhale so that we can double the exhale. But rather than do that, all you need to really do is just think about slowing down your breath as you let it go. Let it go. You don't need it anymore. It's gone. And when you breathe in, think about deeply breathing in everything that's new life, and letting go of the old. And begin to return to your natural rhythm of breathing. And slowly open your eyes to bring in the light. So let's work first on releasing our neck, where we hold so much tension. And so first look over your left shoulder. Come back to a neutral, looking forward, and then look over the opposite shoulder. Bring your chin down to your chest, draw a line across your neck and over to the opposite shoulder. Once again, your chin down and across, Look over the opposite shoulder. Bring your head back to center, looking forward. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Feel the stretch on the left side of your neck and breathe into it. Inhale and release it. Inhale, let it go. Inhale, release. Bring your head back to center and other ear to your opposite shoulder. Feeling the stretch on the right side, left side of your neck, whichever neck is stretching. And breathe into it, inhaling into that spot and exhaling, releasing twice more. And then bring your head back up to neutral. Send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. I'm going to stop for a moment because we talked about having straps, you know, I put that on. So if you don't have one, we'll work without it. But if you do, it's good to have it nearby. We will use it. Again, it's okay without. So let's just continue. We're not going to use it for a little while. Send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Go the opposite way. Bring your hands onto your shoulders. All right. And you're going to make circles with your elbows. Big circles. As big as your shoulder will allow. And then next time your elbows are pointing down, go the opposite way, making those big circles. You hear all that noise inside? I do. And then release your arms, release your shoulders. Send your arms straight out to the side. Firmly plant your feet on the floor and then reach, come back to center and reach, center, reach, center, reach, center. Bring your hands out in front of you and shimmy a little bit towards the front of your seat, leaving room behind you. And send your hands forward and then back as far as the chair will allow you, and forward and back and forward and back. Or you could do what I just did, so you go back a little bit farther and turn around onto the other side. So let's do that one more time. And turn your knees, turn your seat so that the back of the chair is up against you. And send your hands out to the front and reach and come all the way back. Reach and come all the way back. Reach and back. And then come back to neutral and come back to turning your seat forward, your knees in front of you. Okay. So once again, we're going to shimmy a little bit forward on our seat. And you're going to come forward and make circles and begin to make circles with your hips. Hold on to the seat of your chair. You can also hold on to the sidebars. So the idea is to give you stability, also keep your chair steady. And then come forward and go the other way. And then come back to a sit. Okay. So if you have a strap, take either end of it. A belt or scarf works here too. You know, a scarf is good. Long scarf is pretty good. So you want to step on the middle of it and then lift your leg out in front of you. Now, again, if you don't have a strap, you can lift your leg and maybe hold underneath it to give it some support. Okay, you could do that as well. But if you have the strap, you will try to have that strap over the ball of your foot and one end of the strap in each hand, like so, and push your foot into the strap. So without the strap, you can also energize your leg muscles and push your foot away energetically. And now take the strap in one hand, in your right hand. Place your left hand on the seat and send your right leg out to the side. I'm probably on the opposite leg you are on, as far as it comfortably goes. Out. And then bring it back to center. And let's do that one more time, sending it out to the side. Maybe you'll float your arm. Maybe you'll lift your leg just a little bit more. And then bring it back to center. And now change the holding of your strap. Again, your legs, you could be supporting your legs underneath if you don't have a strap, or you could simply be sending your leg across. It's just going to go a little ways because your bottom leg is in the way. It's just going to go a little and then float it. And then come back to center. So place your foot in the strap or scarf or whatever you have, and send your leg out in front of you. And you know what we just did. So for those of you who don't have it, I'm going to demonstrate it this way. Okay, you could still send your leg all the way out to the side, come to center, maybe even float your arm, and then switch and go across. And come back down. All right. Okay. So come up onto the balls of your feet, so your knees will lift, and then bring one heel down and back up, and the other heel down, and then you go back and forth. So we're opening up our ankles here, and our toes, yeah, and our knees are working too. And you'll pause. You're going to open your legs up so that you're on the corners of your chair. Each leg is on the corner of your chair. Walk your feet away a little bit, just a little bit, to have nice wide stance. And you're going to bring your arms up overhead. You're going to inhale and you're going to exhale, and you're going to come as far down as you comfortably can. It might be here, it might be here, it might be all the way down horizontally for a flat back. It doesn't have to be. It could be here, anywhere along the way. Eventually, as you continue to do this, you'll be able to come all the way down. And your legs are wide to help you have more room inside. And slowly unfold and bring your hands down by your side and bring your legs back together. So we're going to do a seated eagle, and then we're going to do one standing. So you will see, we're going to do a couple of poses seated and then standing. But the eagle, so for people who can't cross your leg, like, you know, Mary, if you can't do that, then cross your ankle. So take your right leg, and I am not mirroring you, so right leg and cross it. Those of you who can, you can wrap your, or who feel to, you can wrap your foot around your, probably not, right? So let's just leave it hanging like that. Or you could be like that, okay? So with your legs crossed, if your right leg is on top, you want to send and come up to sit nice and tall. Your arms straight out in front of you so that the palms of your hands are facing each other. And so right leg is over left. We want right arm over left, bend at the elbows, elbow to elbow. And you can just put the backs of your hands together, or you can wrap them all around for a more complicated eagle. But this is fine. You can even do this if wrapping is uncomfortable. So just bring your arms to a nice comfortable eagle. However you have your arms, bring your thumbs to your third eye. Inhale and then exhale, send your eagle arms over to the right. Inhale, center, opposite direction on an exhale. Come to center. And you're going to do a little bit of a back bend by sending your forearms, your hands or your forearms, any amount, up to the sky. Inhale and then exhale and come all the way down, curling over your legs to come to bring your elbows towards your hips. And then come back to neutral, sitting nice and straight, and just fly away. Send your arms out to the side. We're going to do that on the other side. Take a breath first. Take a breath. Take a breath. And then cross your left over right. Whoops. No, not going to do that today. All right. And your arms straight out in front of you. And again, you can cross your ankle too if there's an issue with crossing your legs for anybody. Right. So now it's the opposite arm is on top. Come to your most comfortable eagle arms. Thumb to your third eye. Inhale, exhale to my left. Inhale, exhale, your right. Inhale to center. Inhale, send your forearms up to the sky. Come back to neutral and bring your elbows towards your belly button and hang over. And release your arms and fly away. Uncross your legs. Okay, excellent. So that's a bit of a workout, right? Eagle is a tough pose, whether you're seated or standing. We will do a version of it standing that will be very accessible, so not to worry. And so what we also want to do is, I wanted to do Gomukhasana. Gomukhasana is the cow face pose. I have a lot to get in today, though. So you'll need a strap. If you don't have a strap, I'll show you how to do it without. So this is also a pose where you're going to cross one leg over the other or one ankle over the other. Let's do it with the ankle over ankle. This way, it's we're focusing more on the arms. If you have shoulder issues, you'll be cautious here, but this is a wonderful, wonderful exercise, a wonderful pose for your shoulders, your rotator cuff, and such. So I have my right leg over my left, so I want to bring the strap into my left hand and send it back behind me so that the palm of my hand is on my back. And I'm going to use my right arm to take hold of my elbow. So before we used our elbows to rotate our arm in the socket. So let's do that just a little bit more, okay? So what I'm also going to do right now, you stay right where you are, but I'm going to straddle this chair so that you can see what I'm doing, all right? So you have left arm, elbow reaching to the sky, your hand is, maybe it's here on your shoulder, wherever it is. If you've got a strap, you hold the strap. Send your right arm out to the side and rotate it, or the other arm, whichever side you're on, and rotate it so that the thumb is down. And the reason for that is that when you send your arm back behind you, you want the back of your hand against your back. So you might only come here. That's fine. Wherever you come, land it there. If you have a strap, take the other end of the strap. And the reason for using a strap is that it causes some tension so that you can pull on the strap a little bit, just a little bit, nothing harsh, to allow you to open your shoulders a little bit more, right? And some of you may be able to walk all the way up the strap, and some of you may be down here. Doesn't matter, any amount is good. So if you are down here, though, try to walk up just a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, okay? And then release it. So obviously you had to be away from the chair to do that, or sitting sideways. So we're going to do that on the other side now. So it's left over right, I believe, and in the other hand, right? So you're going to send the strap behind you, or simply place your hand, the palm of your hand, on your upper back. Take your left hand to your elbow, circulate it just a little bit, and maybe help it to come down, your hand to come down further on your back. And then you'll send your arm out to the side, rotate so your thumb is down. Bring the back of your hand to your back. Take the other end of the strap. Or just let them, if you don't have a strap, your hands just stay right where they land. And then do your best, if you have a strap, to try and get your hands a little bit closer. And you'll feel how it opens up your shoulder. And release everything, let it go. Roll your shoulders a little bit. Uncross your legs and relax for a moment. Just breathe. Just breathe. Okay, so we're going to do two poses in our chair, two poses in our chair that we will do standing as well. And I want you to feel the difference between the seated version and the standing version. So in this version, you're going to scoot up to the end of your chair so that you have space behind you. And you're going to send just my right leg all the way over so that your toes, if you're on a mat, they would be pointed to the long edge of the mat. And you're going to simply straighten. So you might come up even a little bit more to straighten the other leg. And if you can't bend it, that's absolutely fine. So one option, second option. You're going to square your shoulders off with your chair and send your arms out to the side and gaze over your right arm. Make sure your knee, so you see what I just did, my knee was coming inward, and I don't want that. I want to make sure that my knee is tracking over the middle of my toes. So I don't want it collapsing in. I want it in this straight track. Arms out to the side, you're looking over your fingers. You're going to send the palms of your hands to face outward, because we're ready for battle now, because we are warriors. We most certainly are warriors. You're going to swing your left arm over to meet your right arm. So imagine that you have a bow and arrow in your hands. You're going to pull on that arrow and bring it all the way back and let it go. And then let your palms face down, victory. Release your arms. Let's do that on the other side. So your left leg goes out to the side of the chair. Once again, don't let your left knee collapse. Your right leg can be straight or slightly bent. You're going to square your shoulders as best you can with the back of the chair. Send your arms straight out over your knee. Look over your left fingers. Palms facing out. Swing your arm over to the palm. Bow and arrow. Pull that arrow back. Pull it back and let it go. Palms facing down. Release your arms and come back to center. Okay, excellent. So another pose we'll do standing. We're going to come back very similarly. This is a little bit more difficult in the chair. What you will do is come to the edge. Make sure that, I have said this before, that your chair should always be on a stable, on a surface where it won't slide. So this time, in Warrior 1 and Warrior 2, you had a bent knee. Now you're going to try and straighten it, right? So come over to the edge so that your right leg is almost all off, including your right cheek. And you're going to send your left leg straight out in front of you. So you now have two straight legs. And you're going to open up, rotate your arm all the way from the shoulder socket so that the back of your hand is against the inside of your leg. Your opposite arm goes straight up to the sky, and you slide your arm down and towards the mat for you could be all the way up here, doesn't matter, it could be here. Could be anywhere for Trikonasana, the triangle pose. And then come back up. Let's do that on the other side. Okay, so you're coming on the corner of your chair. You're getting your whole leg off the chair, straightening it out. Straighten out the other leg. Inside the back of your hand on the inside of your leg that's extended to the side, other arm up to the sky, and you can stay right here, or you can come a little bit farther down. For Trikonasana, triangle pose. Beautiful. Excellent work. Wow. All right. So what we want to do right now is bring our hands to the back of the chair onto whatever, I don't know what your chairs look like, but whatever you can hold on to back here. And then lift one hip, bring it down, lift the other hip. Got to get our glutes into the act here. Wake them up. So you'll come up onto the ball of your foot. on once, and maybe you'll see I'm lifting my whole leg, whatever works for you. Just want to get those glutes opened up. Okay, and just relax for a moment, breathe, just breathe. Okay. And so now we will stand. Okay, so I'm going to move this a little bit over to the side. Okay. So let's start with our warrior two and triangle, and then we'll go to our eagle. Yeah. So send your foot that's closest to the chair underneath the chair with your toes pointing away. Hold on to the chair, step your other foot all the way out with your toes pointing forward. You're going to take this hip, and you're going to send this one up and this one down. You're going to place a hand on the chair and send the other one up for triangle. See if you can look up. You've got this chair here to help you do that. Because when you turn your head, that's when balance gets fragile. And then come up. Oh my goodness, that was so great. It was good. All right, so we're going to go to warrior two before we do the other side, so I don't have to keep moving the chair. So with warrior two, you will have a bent knee here. And again, you always hear me say this, your knee never goes past your ankle in a weight-bearing pose, so walk your foot away a little bit more. Your feet, with the exception of this knee being bent, are the same as in triangle. The difference is your hips are square. You're not doing this, it's square. So you want your hips to be square, your knees bent. You have the chair here to hold on to always. Arm goes straight out. You can stay here with this arm, or you can lift both arms, looking over. The same hand as your bent knee. Again, you can always hold on to the chair. Even if you want to send your palms away, even if you want to use your bow and arrow, because with your hands here, you can do it also. You can swing your left arm around. If your hand is there, you'll meet your hand. You're going to pull that arrow back and let it go. And bring the palms of your hands down, look over. Beautiful. All right, so let's do the other side. Okay. So we'll start with triangle. So your toes are moving under the chair. Your back leg is at your foot is at a slight angle, but your leg is completely straight. Both legs are completely straight. What you're going to do here is shift your hips, right? So this hip comes down and this comes up so that you have your hips stacked. Your hand is on the seat of the chair for triangle. Look up. Look down and release it. Okay, so for warrior two, you'll bring your foot in a little bit so that you can bend your knee. Same leg, same back leg. Arms straight out, or one can be on the chair. Looking over in this direction, of the direction of your bent knee. palms forward. Swing your outer arm to your back arm. Pull on that arrow. Pull back that bow and let it go. Beautiful. And come to stand. All right, excellent. So today we're going to work on eagle. It's a lot of work, right? It's a tough class. Okay, so how do we do eagle in for a chair class? So we're going to bend your knees just a little, cross your right over your left. Again, I am not mirroring you. And bend your knees, all right? So that you're always on both feet. Both your feet are always on the mat. And holding on to the chair, bend your knees a little more. And then bend your knees a little more. And then bend your knees a little bit more. Why are we doing this? Squatting is extremely important for us, like getting up and down. You know, sitting in a chair gets hard. All right, and come back up. So you're going to pause with your knees bent just a little bit. Send one arm out. If you want to keep your hand on a chair, you will have a single-limbed eagle. Otherwise, you can do your eagle this way. So I'm going to do it the single-limbed way. Okay, and you're going to come down, you're going to squat, you're going to squat, you're going to go look, you're going to see a little mouse that you want for dinner. You're going to dive down and then fly away with the mouse. Bring it to your little babies in their nest. Okay. So we're going to do that on the other side. So same thing, you're going to cross, bend. Remember to keep your foot on the mat for balance, to help you with balance. And you're going to come down, send one arm out. But actually, it's the other side, so I should have been on the other side of the chair, but I'm not. So you might want to switch which side of the chair you're on. Right? Bring your head, your hands to your forehead. Come all the way down. And then fly away. Yeah, excellent. All right. Very good. So let's sit in our chair for a little bit to cool down. First thing you want to do when you get seated is to focus on your breath and just breathe. Just breathe. Or sit up in your mountain spine. Bring your arms up overhead. Open your legs out wide, nice and wide. You're going to inhale and you're going to exhale and you're going to come all the way down, hang all the way over for a forward fold. Come down as far as you can. If you have blocks or something underneath you, you know, these are all little gizmos that you might want to bring to class to help you extend the length of your arms or to make the floor a little higher. And just hang. You just want to hang here. And no matter where you are, you just want to hang. Then slowly unfold. Take a deep breath in and exhale it. Take a deep breath in, and we're going to do that fold one more time. Maybe it's a little fold this time. You just want to hang out. Just want to fold over. And you're going to unfold. If you like to use a blanket for this next one, I think we did it this way last week, or maybe it was the week before, I'm not sure. All right, so your legs together comfortably. And you're gonna wrap your arms around your legs, maybe holding your, interlacing your fingers, or having your fingers interlock, and just hang, just hang. This way you have a platform for your chest. If you want to release your arms, if that feels better, let them just hang by the sides. And focusing on your breath. And stay in your most comfortable position for your Shavasana. You might choose to unfold and just sit comfortably in your chair. You could stay right where you are, nice and comfortable. And very gently, very slowly unfold from wherever you are to come back to sit. Bring your hands to your heart. And remember that if we keep moving forward without attachment, the place where we're going will be better than any place we came from. Thank you so much for being here with me. Let's send these wishes out to everyone in the world. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Namaste.